What's cracking? What's cracking? So look, it never fails that I gotta always do an update video about my supplements that I'm taking for my prep. And for those of you out there that would like to know what it is, I'm gonna share it with you guys once again. For starters, I take Cialis. I take either I break it into 5 to 10 milligrams. I take Cialis once a day because the nitrous oxide pump, it give me a nice great pump. I also use Amplifier by Cutler Nutrition. So with both of those, it's a double barrel shotgun. I take 40 mcgs of clenbuterol. This clenbuterol don't give me the shakes. It don't make my heart rapid. It don't make me sweat, and it does not make me cramp up whatsoever. So I love this clenbuterol right here because it don't give me the side effects that normal clenbuterol do, where it have my heart beating too fast, have me cramping up, have me shaking. I don't experience any of that. When I very first started taking it, I experienced like 2 minutes of light jitters in the hand. Other than that, it surpassed really fast. Now, I'm giving you my tabs. So that was the Cialis, that was the 40 mcgs of the clenbuterol. I also do 1 milligram of Arimidex every 2 to 3 days. I don't take it every day because you don't want to take it every day until you like 8 to 10 days out from touching the stage, so you can drop your estrogen levels extremely low to where you get drier and more harder with the process. Now, I take 50 milligrams of Anavar. I do the Anavar 50. Anavar 50 is a little expensive. Those of you that know about compounds, y'all know the better the quality. It can be a little pricey, but when y'all hit me up, I look out for you guys the best way possible. Then I do Proviron. I do 50 milligrams of Proviron. And with the Anavar and the Proviron, that's on a daily. 50 milligrams of Proviron. I also do 50 milligrams of Winstrol. And this is daily, 50 milligrams of Winstrol. I don't push the Winstrol too high because it could potentially dry out your joints. Now, if it dry out your joints, you can run some DECA with it. All you would need is 1 cc of DECA a week, and once your joints are back lubricated, you discontinue the DECA, so roughly 3 weeks. Then you stop taking the DECA after 3 weeks, and you should be good the rest of your 16-week prep, 20-week prep. It depends on what you do. It's always good between 12 to 20 weeks of prepping, okay? Now, I am running Cypionate, Testosterone. Yes, you can run a Nanthate. I like running a Nanthate when I'm off season. I like running a Nanthate or Sustenance. Because I get a little extra water retention in the muscle, which I don't hold water like that, but I get a little bit to where I can keep my muscles a lot fuller with that. But I run Cypionate because 8 weeks out is good to run it. I'm not mentioning what show because I don't want nobody to wish any negative on me to where that, things get in the way, get in the universe, and it sidetracks you, it derails you and everything. So I'm learning to not share too much of what it is I'm trying to do. So just know I'm getting ready for a competition. So Cypionate, and with the Cypionate, I keep it between 600 to 800 per week milligrams of testosterone. Some run 1,000, some run 1,500. It all depends on how hard you want to push it. Right now I'm running some trinacetate, and I keep my trinacetate anywhere between 3 to 500 right now. With the trinacetate, I'm doing 400 milligrams of trinacetate per week. I am also running Primo, real Primo, not the bullshit, real Primo. So with my Primo, I got my I got my Primo up to 600. I'm trying to get it to 700, which means I'm taking nearly a shot a day of Primo. 1 cc of Primo is 100 milligrams, so I got it up to 600. The sweet spot that I learned with Primo when I'm off season and just putting on size is anywhere between 300 to 500 for me. And then when I'm cutting and want to keep the fullness, I bumped it up to 600. Everything is looking amazing. The hardness is there. So I also run Masteron P. I run Mass P, and I run that at 300 milligrams per day. Not per day, every other day, 300 milligrams. So every other day, that's 3 shots a week. So that's 300 milligrams. So I know y'all like, why are you running Masteron and Primo? Because they're not the same thing. Yes, they can do the same job of getting you harder, but with Primo, you can actually gain muscle with Primo. With Masteron, you don't gain any muscle. You just gain hardness. Now, when your body fat is not 8% or lower, you won't ever really see the effects of Primo, but not Primo, Masteron whatsoever. I like running Masteron Nathate off season. You know, just it's little tricks that I like to do to where that I get to enjoy and experiment. And like I say, when the quality is good, you don't have to worry about pits. I don't have no pits. Now, once I get 2.5 weeks out, I'm gonna bring the test acetate back in. The reason why I'm not running the test acetate or the test P right now is because I drop really fast in weight when it comes to super fast esters. I like to run longer esters because I can maintain it and I can continue getting leaner and harder with a longer ester. My body is just a little different. It works really well that way for me. You see what I'm saying? And I'm also gonna throw some aromacins up in there with the Remedex. I'm gonna run a whole lot more AIs, so I won't have to depend on diuretics. I don't wanna have to depend on diuretics. So I'm gonna run more AIs once I'm 8 to 10 days out because I wanna get that dry, hard, grainy look. The graininess is in my legs, like it's in my legs pretty good. Skin is extremely thin, and I'm noticing that my legs are getting super lean to where when I'm taking my injections now, I can actually see the little knot of where I gave myself an injection. Do it hurt? Absolutely not. But that's what's letting me know that I'm getting super lean. So now I gotta do more lats and more rear delts with taking my shots, because you don't want to keep going on your legs if you do side sweeps as you get closer, because the knots, you know, I do deep tissue therapy every week. You know, I've been going every single week now for the past 7-8 weeks, maybe 2 months, right? And you want to do that, you want to stay on top of that to where you keep the lines and the detail and the blood flow and everything operating really well in the legs. Now, the needles that I like to use, 26 gauge needles. Now, right now, I'm doing 25 gauge needles and 26s. I love the 26 and 25 gauge. It works really well for me. When I want to run a 3 cc plunger, I do a 25 gauge, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch needle, 5/8 of a needle. Now, when I go with a 1 cc plunger, I go with a 26 gauge, and I just pan. Lats is extremely easy. You see what I'm saying? And guys, understand this. There's not no one with the platform that I have the voice that I have is going to share this information with you guys. So please take advantage of it, because it's just a matter of time before I be pretty much having you guys pay for this type of information, meaning a website to where you would be on a website and actually see me doing my injections and all of that, and get more in depth with it, with things I can't do on Instagram. But when I'm giving you this information for the free ski, you got to take advantage of it. And like I say, if you in this field and you trying to deal with this, hit me up. I'll hook you up. I'll make sure that you have quality. I'll make sure that you don't have to second guess and wonder if you need to order a steroid kit to check and see if you really using real Primobolan, real Primo, real this and that, you know. So I'll make sure that you're good in that department. What is this? I'm low on the test. Cypionate, but I got a new bottle I'm about to start. So hopefully this answers you guys' questions. Also, I use an 18 gauge drawing needle every time you want to draw your oil with a drawing needle, because you don't want to use the same needle that you're going to stick yourself with, because every time you stick it into the bottle of the silicone tab, it get duller and duller and duller, and then by the time you pierce your skin, you're gonna feel a little pain. So get yourself a box of drawing needles and use your drawing needles, and you shouldn't have any issues with that whatsoever. I'm about to get me a clenbuterol in right now, 40 mcgs in really fast, you dig? And I'm gonna take my shots and I'm gonna get myself together. So hopefully this video helped a lot of y'all out. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. For those of you who don't like, I'm giving up this type of information and sharing this part of fitness with people, just don't watch my channel. I'm tired of hearing people saying, why do someone talk about stuff illegal and this and that? Just because it's illegal, do that mean that you shouldn't share a bit of knowledge that you have to potentially help someone from injuring or harming themselves? Or should you just continue being one of those that don't share the information and just watch everybody crash and burn? That's a lot of you guys out there already that like to watch people's crash and burn. I'm a victim of that, and it's a ton of victims of that. And me, I just choose to use my voice and my platform as much as possible with a much positive and positivity as to possibly give out there to the youth, to the older heads like myself, to those that's a little older that's doing this, that's thinking about doing this. Just know it's always a safer way to do this. You see what I'm saying? It's not about pushing large numbers of gear, tons of creatine, tons of pre-workout. It's not about pushing heavy, large amounts of weight every time you work out. Yes, you can do that once a week, bang out real heavy, and then you get back to programming, because the body only gonna change when you do moderate weight. It's not gonna change when you go extremely heavy all the time. That's something that I learned within my 38 years of doing this. Yes, I'm older than 38 years old. Yes, I started really young. No, it's not true you can stunt your growth with starting early with doing this. I'm 5'11", so if I'd have stunted my growth, I'd have been 5'6", 5'5", like a lot of the other guys out here. Anyways, the People's Champ, giving it to you gun barrel straight, raw and uncut, no filter. So next time, smell y'all later. Keep. And we out.